Hello, welcome to my class. I'm Pamela Jasmine. Today I'm going to teach a poem, The Night Mail, written by W.H. Auden. This poem was written in 1935 as a last verse commentary of a documentary film of the same title, Night Mail. This depicts the importance of mail in the 20th century. This train is a night train, travels from England to Scotland. Let's start the poem. This is the night mail crossing the border, bringing the check and the postal order, letters for the rich, letters for the poor, the shop at the corner and the girl next door. So this is about the night mail, the night train which carries a letter, checks, postal order, and it is crossing the border of England and Scotland. It starts from England and finally reaches Scotland. So this is a night mail crossing the border, bringing the check and the postal order. See all types of mail, postal order, check, letter for everyone. Letters to the poor, letters to the rich, letters to the shop at the corner, to the shopkeeper, and the girl next door. So there is no discrimination. This night mail train is bringing all the mails, all the letters, checks, postal order, and everything for rich, poor, girls, boys, everyone without any discrimination. Pulling up Beatock, a steady climb, the gradients against her, but she's on time. She's pulling up, she's traveling through different villages. Beatock is a village in Scotland. Beatock, a steady climb. That time there is a steady climb. The gradients against her, there was a slope, a steady slope, and she was climbing that. There are so many hurdles, but she is on time. But past cotton grass and moorland boulder, shoveling white steam over her shoulder. She was passing through various places that cotton grass and moorland boulder. Boulder means a hilly area, uncultivated hilly area. So she was passing through grasslands, uncultivated lands, shoveling white steam over her shoulder, and she was passing steam over the shoulder, and shouting noisy as she passes, silent miles of wind-bent grasses. And she was making noise when she was passing through, and then silent passes silent miles of wind-bent grasses. So she was passing through different areas, making noise, and because of that wind, when the train passes, the grass field, the grasses are bending because of the force of the air. When the train passes through fields in high speed, the air pressure bends the grass. Birds turn their faces as she approaches, stare from the bushes at her blank-faced coaches. Birds were awakened by the noise of the train. They turned their face and stared at the train, at the blank-faced coaches. Blank-faced means empty. There were no passengers in the train because it was a mail train. And sheepdogs cannot turn her course. They slumber on with paws across. It was habitual for all the animals and humans. Sheepdogs means the dogs trained to look after sheep. And these sheepdogs were sleeping. They were not awakened because it was a habitual. It was habitual for them. Every night this night mail passes. That's why they could not do anything with it. So they were sleeping as usual. Their sleep was not disturbed. They slumber on with paws across. Dogs were sleeping with their paws across. In the farm she passes, no one wakes, but a jug in the bedroom gently shakes. So no human beings also were awakened. So everyone was fast asleep, nobody awake. And it was usual. Every night the train passes. So everyone was sleeping, but when the train passes, there was a shake, and the jug on the in the bedroom gently shakes. Dawn freshens, the climb is done. Down towards Glasgow she descends. Towards the steam tugs yelping down the glade of cranes, towards the fields of apparatus and the furnaces, set on the dark plain like gigantic chessmen. All Scotland waits for her. So, dawn freshens. When it was morning, dawn means morning. When it was morning, the climb is done. So, at night, during the night, the train was climbing through the mountains. But when it was morning, it was descending. It was going down. Climb is done. Down towards Glasgow, she descends. Now, the train was descending towards Glasgow. She was descending towards the steam tugs yelping down the glade of cranes. So it was giving out a cry. That means it was making noise. The train was making noise and passing down the glade of cranes. There were cranes. Rows of cranes were sitting, and it looks like that row of cranes were looking like trees, rows of trees. Towards the fields of apparatus, the furnaces. Now, the train was moving from pastoral land, farmland, to the industrial region. So, towards the fields of apparatus, the furnaces, set on the dark plain like gigantic chessmen. So, everything was well planned. Now, the train is passing through the industrial area. So, here, and everything was well arranged, well set. It is like a gigantic chessmen. So there were enough planning and building and working that goes on, making an industry. So towards the fields of apparatus, the furnaces set on the dark plain like gigantic chessmen. All Scotland waits for her. So now the train passed from the mountainous region to the pastoral land to the industrial area, and the entire Scotland was waiting for the train. Everyone wants to get their mails. So everyone was waiting. Scotland was waiting for the arrival of this night mail. In the dark glens beside the pale green sea lots, men longed for news. So in the dark glens, that means narrow valley of Scotland, beside the pale green sea lochs, that means beside the lakes, lochs means lakes, men longed for news. All people were longing, they were waiting, eagerly waiting for the arrival of this night mail, which carries news for everyone, letters and news for everyone. Letters of thanks, letters from banks, letters of joy from the girl and the boy, receipted bills and invitations to inspect new stock or visit relations, and applications for situations and timid lovers' declarations, and gossip from all the nations. So there are different kinds of letters. Letters of thanks, letters from banks. So people, if they receive some gifts or something, they were sending letters of thanks, and letters from banks, and letters of joy from the girl and the boy. Lovers are sending letters. So it was letters of joy. Receipted bills and invitations. There are bills, receipts and bills and invitations. Letters of invitations. Invitations for different functions. And to inspect new stock or visit relations. So invitations to inspect the stocks, and for and to visit relations. Invitations to visit some relations, and applications for situations. So vacancies are there, no situations, situational vacancies. There are applications for these vacancies. And timid lovers declarations. Then lovers declarations are there. Timid lovers declarations. I love you like anything. Like that, there are so many declarations. And gossip from all the nations. And through letters, there are gossips also. They are communicating gossips through letters. News circumstantial, news financial, letters with holiday snaps to enlarge in, letters with faces scrawled in the margin, letters from uncles, cousins and aunts, letters to Scotland from the south of France, letters of condolence to highlands and lowlands. So many types of letters are there. Letters of gossips are there. Then news circumstantial. So about the circumstance, news is there, and news financial, about finance. Also news is there. Then letters with holiday snaps to enlarge in. So they might have taken some snaps with their friends or relatives, and they are sending that the copies of those photographs to them, and it can be enlarged. And letters with faces scrawled in the margin, and letters that there are something scrawled, that means something in untidy way. Letter, that means it is like a scroll, like scribbles and scrolls, like that. Letters are also there. Letters from uncles, cousins and aunts, all kinds of relatives are writing letters. So letters circumstantial, news financial, letters with holiday snaps to enlarge in, letters with faces scrawled in the margin. There are scrawls and scribbles on the margin. Such letters are also there. And letters from uncles, cousins and aunts. So all relatives are sending letters. That time it is written in 1935. That time the mode of communication was letters. Only through letters, handwritten letters are sent from different places. From all relatives we can expect only letters. That time phones were also not that common. So only mode of communication was letters. Then letters to Scotland from the south of France. So from France also, from international letters are also there. From France to Scotland. Letters of condolence to highlands and lowlands. So somebody might have died, and the letters of condolence were also there. Then notes from overseas to Hebrides. So there are letters from overseas, abroad, to the Hebrides. Hebrides means archipelago. Archipelago means group of islands. Letters to the group of islands. Written on paper of every hue. So letters written on papers of different colors. Hue means colors. The pink, the violet, the white and the blue. The chatty, the catty, the boring, adoring. So different types. Letters are written on different color papers of different colors. Pink, violet, white and blue. And then chatty and catty. Chatty, the catty. So very talkative. That means so much was written. So that means chatty and catty. The boring, adoring. Some letters are very boring, and some are adoring someone, praising someone. And the cold and official, and the heart's outpouring. Clever, stupid, short and long. The typed and the printed and the spelt all wrong. So different kinds. So the cold and official. Some letters are very cold and official. Nothing very special. And the heart outpouring. In some letters, see, whatever feelings are there in the heart, everything is poured out like. And all the strong feelings are shared, expressed. Clever, stupid, short and long. Some letters are very clever, some are stupid, some are short, some are long. The typed and the printed and the spelt all wrong. Some letters are typed, some letters are printed, some letters have spelling mistakes. So different types of letters are there. Thousands are still asleep, dreaming of terrifying monsters or of friendly tea beside the band at Canston or Crawford's. So here all the people are sleeping. So thousands are still asleep. The train is moving. Train is bringing letters, different kinds of mails. But people are sleeping. But the postal department was very active. They are doing their duty. Even though the people are sleeping, they are duty bound. They are bringing letters and all mails. Thousands are still asleep, dreaming of terrifying monsters. Some are having nightmares. Thousands of people were sleeping. They were having different kinds of dreams. Some are having dreams of monsters. Some are having some sweet dreams or of a friendly tea beside bandit Cranston's or Crawford's. These are Scottish cities. This Cranston and Crawford. They were having they were dreaming as if they were having tea with their friends in these cities. Asleep in working Glasgow, asleep in well-set Edinburgh, asleep in granite Aberdeen. So people are asleep in working Glasgow. Glasgow is a city. People are asleep there. And asleep in well-set Edinburgh. Edinburgh is a well-developed city. People are asleep there also. Asleep in granite Aberdeen. Granite Aberdeen means granite city. The people of granite city are also asleep. They continue their dreams and shall wake soon and long for letters. They are still in their sleep. They are continuing their sleep and they are continuing with their dreams. But they will be awakened very soon. They will get up so soon and they will wait for letters. They will wait for the letters. And none will hear the postman's knock without a quickening of the heart. For who can bear to feel himself forgotten? So everyone will wait for the knock of the postman. But they have an excitement. Their heart rate will be fastened when they hear the knock of the postman. And none will hear the postman's knock without a quickening of the heart. Their heartbeat will be very fast when they hear the knock of the postman. And for who can bear to feel himself forgotten? Everyone is waiting for the mail. Nobody wants to be forgotten by their dear and near ones. Everyone wants to be remembered and everyone expects letters from their dear and near ones. That's all about the poem. Thank you for watching. God bless.